Stocks are up this Thursday, September 5th on, you guessed it, another potential trade deal, or at least negotiations. Joining me is Matt Cheslock from Virtu Financial to give us the details. So Matt, what do you think about these new trade talks, considering they've been so precarious in the past?
I just think it's funny that we're trading off this. We still haven't gotten any substantive deals done on this. It just the meetings keep giving everyone some kind of hope or inspiration that we're going to actually get some kind of result. I think we're still a long way, but obviously you're going to take a 2% rally. It's nothing to laugh at by any means. And you have that with a Fed backstopping us here with maybe a quarter or a half point cut here coming up. It's kind of an interesting time to be involved in the market. There was definitely some value to be had, and now we're seeing some of these names really bounce, namely like financials.
Exactly. Tell us about the New York Stock Exchange stocks that hit an amazing number yesterday.
Yeah, we saw them trading at all-time highs. There was a large percentage of them, and you consider that we're not at all-time highs. We're 2 or 3% off all-time highs as far as an index goes, and yet we still had a vast number of stocks hitting all-time highs, and then again hitting them today. So, that's a good sign considering we were kind of bearish as sentiment goes. We were bearish on not only the economy, expectations for a deal getting done. We had a lot of Fed confusion, Brexit. There was a lot out there. And then you throw in Dorian on top of it and what the damages could have done. The market is really breathing a big sigh of relief now. And now we're going to maybe, put our 27,000 hats on for the Dow and celebrate some of this perceived good news.
Well, hopefully that sigh of relief can scare Dorian away. I know he's heading up the coast here closer to New York. Matt, you also brought up that down volume is lower today, and you also mentioned that Fed rate cut that we're expecting 50 basis points. Now, let's say if they go 25, would you see a sell-off because of that, or we just want anything?
No, you may see a sell-off. I think where expectations are that we're going to get this 50 basis point cut. So that may not be the greatest thing for the market. But if they are data dependent, we had a number that we didn't really like on Tuesday. The ISM number was kind of scary. So then we had some Fed talk yesterday that the economy is improving and doing quite well. So if you're basing things on what you're seeing from data points, it's kind of confusing. I think, the White House would certainly be happy with a 50 basis point cut, and maybe that would eliminate some of the tweets that we get and some of these contra points from former Fed chairmen that have been released. So, but certainly, the volume isn't really big enough for me to really get too excited about this rally. I think, we've seen over the last month and a half, we've seen 250-point days have been the norm in the market on average. What concerns me, about some of that is we're not getting two-sided pictures here. There's no sell side today is what I'm saying. And the other day there was no buy side. And that's why we saw the sell-off occur on Tuesday. There just wasn't enough interest for people to buy. Now they're starting to get hopeful again, and we're starting to get tweets, and people are starting to buy.
So you're looking for that happy medium where we can, establish that safe base.
Yeah, it would be nice if we had people that were, there was an opinion that said, I'm going to sell on strength. It's just I'm buying on strength and I'm selling on weakness. And that gets kind of confusing and brings about a lot of volatility as we're seeing in the overall market.
Yeah, it does. And you know what else? You brought up the ISM number, which is confusing because then we got ISM services today, which hit, I think it was like the 115th consecutive growth there. Why is there an inefficiency between manufacturing and services?
I wish I knew. I think the manufacturing side, was so concerned about this China deal and things were put off or done earlier in anticipation of tariffs being raised. And, so I think some of that was skewed and some of this data is skewed in that way. Services have become a larger component of what the U.S. is made up of as well. So that's maybe why it's a little bit skewed.
Well, Matt, I don't want to keep the New York Stock Exchange from you or you from the New York Stock Exchange. I know you have a service to do to trade some stocks today. We are up. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful weekend.
Yeah, you too. Happy football weekend.
All right. Yes, who are we rooting for?
I'm a Falcon fan.